Welcome back, everybody. It's Forex Material again with another exciting boot camp training for this Saturday. I normally do this once a week, so you can rest assured that when you come to my channel, you can find a training on my channel at least once a week. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to subscribe and hit the bell button. That way you get notifications of future videos when I post them up on my channel. But welcome everyone back to my channel. On this channel, I give tips and tricks on how to become an effective Forex trader. But we all start with dreams. That's why I put this screen up here. In order to achieve anything in life, you gotta start with a dream, right? You guys already know this. If you want to accomplish anything in life, you gotta say to yourself, okay, why am I doing what I'm doing, right? Why am I a teacher? Why am I a lawyer? Why am I an accountant? Why am I a judge? Why am I striving to be a stockbroker or financial advisor? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing to get me to, number one, my dreams, right? But let's just face it, working for corporate America sometimes is not going to give you enough money to live this lifestyle you always dreamed about. Because number one, they require a lot of your time, so you're constantly at work, helping the company thrive. Number two, your vacation time is usually a week or two if you are there a couple of years. They give you a couple of weeks of vacation, and that's really not enough time to really go and enjoy an exotic island, family members in another state if you live in the United States, or even in another country. You typically would like to have at least a month or two to really enjoy your vacation. But most companies don't offer that type of vacation package when you're an employee. So what's your option? Your option is to become an entrepreneur, a business owner, someone who can actually, set your own schedule, manage your own time, things of that nature, so you can do the things you want in life. But in order to become an entrepreneur, a business owner, you have to have finances. And how do you acquire those finances? Well, you can save up, you can try to get a loan, you could incorporate yourself and do things that you need to do to get the business off the ground. But typically takes 5 to 7 years to break even, so you're spending a lot of time getting everything off the ground to become successful in that new endeavor, right? But we all know you need dreams. You need a why big enough to make you cry, that says, hey, if all else fails, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. But you also need to set goals. Those goals are your stepping stones to help you get your why, right? You need to know what you're doing on a regular basis, every day, in order to help you achieve your dreams. Okay, so what does that look like on a calendar? What does that look like on a daily basis? What does that look like on an hourly basis? Okay, on a minute by minute basis. Okay, most professionals, athletes I'm talking about, they commit 110% of their time to becoming better at their craft. Okay, I remember reading, most of the top athletes, like golfers, they hit 1,000 golf balls a day. Basketball players, they shoot 1,000 basketball shots a day. Baseball players, they swing the bat 1,000 times a day in order to perfect their swing. Pitchers, they throw the ball 1,000 times a day in order to get it that perfect pitch, whether it's the fastball, curveball, knuckleball. They have to perfect their craft. So in order to perfect a craft, you have to practice. You have to commit yourself to that craft, no matter what that craft is. Okay, so if you want to be a professional or an expert, right, you have to spend 10,000 hours perfecting that craft. You want to play an instrument, you gotta put 10,000 hours to learning the notes, to practicing, to reading, the music and things of that nature. You have to perform in a band. You could do solo acts, things of that nature. I played trombone growing up. I understand that I had to put in the hours to learn that instrument. I played piano growing up. I understood that I had to put the hours to understand where the notes were and the chords and all that other good stuff. I played baseball growing up. I understood that if I didn't practice, I wouldn't get better, right? So as you watch these videos on my channel, understand this: without practice, perfection doesn't happen. Without desire, you won't get up in the morning to do it. Without dreams, you're not going to be motivated. Without goals, you have no direction. So it's important that you have these things in place in order to pursue whatever you want to pursue in life. All right, moving on to the next slide. All right, let's do this. Okay. All right, so we'll go back one slide. So trading the financial markets. Okay, this is going to be the tool you're going to need. If this is what you want to do, this is the tool you're going to need to help you get your dreams. This tool, a computer, access to the internet, whether it's on your smartphone, your desktop, your laptop, your tablet, whatever you have in place to help you connect to the market, that's what you need. That's going to be your tool. Now that tool, right, you have to now use that tool to the benefit of helping you achieve your dreams. Now you have to set goals. You have to understand what's going on in the market in order to become successful, right? And those are the things you're going to learn from me. How to read the charts, okay? How to mark up the charts, how to predict an outcome. Now, is there any 100% strategy? Is there any guarantees? Absolutely not. The market will do what it wants to do, but if you understand that this is a skill that you can learn to help you approach the market, to help you predict the market, to help you understand that the market has patterns, and if you understand these patterns, you can actually become profitable in the market. That's what you're going to learn for teaming up with me, for allowing me to be your mentor. So stay tuned, plug in, watch, take action, because you could either be a spectator, someone sitting in the audience and watching the players play, or you could be a player. I'm inviting you today to be a player. Be on the field, okay? Practicing, working out, executing the plays, meaning with the trading plan, right? You gotta have a trading plan. Executing the plays in the trading plan, looking out for, things that may happen in the market that, may trip you up, things of that nature. But you're gonna learn a lot, because once you learn this skill set, no one can take it away from you. Once you can decipher what you see in front of you, no one can tell you any different. You can make your own paycheck. You'll be your own boss. You'll set your own hours. You could start achieving your dreams. This is a trillion, I won't say trillion, billion-dollar market. There's money in the market. Your house payment is in the market. Your car payment is in the market. Your lifestyle is in the market. Your income is in the market. So all you got to do is learn how to extract that out of the market and put it in your bank account. Put it in your pocket. Okay. Now, yeah, it's going to take strategy. It's going to take time, and it's going to take fortitude, meaning you have to be that person. You have to eat, sleep, drink the market, so to speak. Just like a baseball will do, practicing being a pro baseball player. A football player would do, practicing being a pro football player. Each endeavor requires, time. It requires practice, patience. It requires you to be that person. They say in baseball, be the ball, or, be that person. Be that person that can teach others once you learn the craft, right? Wouldn't it be nice to understand exactly what's going on in the market and teach a family member the same exact thing? That way, you can leave a lineage. You could leave something behind with regards to knowledge and understanding. Okay, because there's an old saying that if you give a man a fish, or a woman for that matter, you feed them for a day. But if you teach how to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. And that's why I'm committed to teaching you guys how to fish. All right, so stay tuned, stay plugged in. Let's go on to the next slide. Okay, now I want to encourage you guys to join the academy called Akashx. Okay, start your learning journey there. Okay, if you're brand new to trading, you want to go to the academy. Even if you're intermediate, trader, you want to go to the academy. If you're an expert trader, you want to join the academy, because learning starts with the academy. That's where your journey should start. You went to school to learn your ABCs. You went to school to learn how to do math. You went to school to understand history. You went to school to be who you are. Okay, you wouldn't be where you are now without somebody teaching you. So you need a teacher, right? You need a mentor. You need someone who has the knowledge and then gives you that same knowledge to be who you want to be, right? So your learning starts with you. Okay, you should always be learning every single day. Okay, meaning that your best investment should be yourself. Always invest in expanding your knowledge, your brain, because that's important. Because nobody's going to invest in you. Only you're going to invest in yourself. So it's important that you set yourself aside from all those that don't want to learn anything to someone who wants to learn. Always be learning. All right, so that website's there. You're going to go to that website, sign up as a student, and notify me when you do so. I'll also get notification. But then you're going to join my communities. I have a Telegram community and a Facebook community. So definitely, when you sign up with the academy, go to those links and go ahead and announce yourself as a new student that you just joined and you're excited about your journey. Okay, then you'll also be invited to attend my live bootcamp trainings. That's by invite only. Okay, and once I receive your information, your name, your email address, and all that good stuff, I'm going to send you a personal invitation to attend my live bootcamp training. There you'll collaborate with other students, you'll ask questions, you'll look over my shoulder. I'll be teaching you through Zoom exactly how everything works. We'll start from the basics to the fundamentals and work our way up from there. Okay, because Rome wasn't built in a day. So with that, we have to also start with a solid foundation, and that solid foundation will be the basics that you're going to learn from the academy, because the academy is going to give you the basic knowledge. I'm going to give you theory. I'm going to give you a trading plan. I'm going to teach you how to execute that trading plan. I'm going to help you create your own trading plan, and then we'll tweak that trading plan to fit your trading habits. Okay, because it's all about you. You're going to be your own trader. Okay, but I'm going to coach you. I'm going to tell you where the lines are so you don't step in them, right? So that way you don't blow up your account, you don't blow up yourself and get discouraged and you want to quit. Quitting is not an option. Once you come in, you do not try. Okay, let me repeat that. Once you come in, you do not try. You do the work. You do the practice. You do the trading. You set up a demo account. You're practicing the demo account. You do the work. Don't come in here thinking, I'm going to try this, see if it works. No tire kickers. You're going to do it, you're going to master it, and you're going to teach it to others. Okay? All right, now, then you're going to reach out to me once you are a student. You're going to reach out to me and get your 3 free one-on-one trainings. At that point, I'm going to hold your hand, and that's a $495 value. I'm going to hold your hand to get everything set up. Your demo account, your charting platform, okay? We're going to get you a funded account, okay? Once you are knowledgeable enough to understand how the market works, I'll link you up with these funded companies that will lend you the money to trade with, okay? Where, you could split the profits with them. Usually a percentage is split between the funded profit companies. And, you take it from there. Then you go live. Once you have your own live account, then pretty much you'll set your own goals, your own parameters, your trading plan. So there's steps before we get there, and I'll be holding your hand through every step. So you'll send me an email, okay? I need to tell you what my email address is. It'll be in the description area, but you'll send me an email at metrofxtraders@gmail.com. Okay, so let me go ahead and type that in right now. That way you guys have that. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the next slide. Let's go to this slide. okay, and type in my email address, metrofxtraders at gmail.com. Okay, so back to the slideshow. So this is the next slide. So once you get everything set up, you're going to send me an email at this email address, metrofxtraders at gmail.com. Okay, and I want you to also go to my website at metrofxtraders.com to claim your free gift. Okay, there's a free gift there waiting for you. Once you've signed up for everything, you go to my website, you click on, I'll show you exactly what you click on to claim your free gift. So let's go to the website right now. This is the website, metrofxtraders.com. Here you'll learn a lot about me. But once you're here, I want you to scroll all the way down to this section here, past my bio and all that good stuff. Read the risk disclaimer, it's important. There's no guarantee of success. But you'll go here to get your free gift, which is I'm going to give you the Candlestick Trading Bible list where your journey begins. So you click here to claim your free copy today, and I'll send you a copy of this book. This is the very first book that you'll need to read, reread, highlight, take notes from to understand candlesticks. And that's my gift to you once you become a student of the Academy and you've done all the steps that I asked you to do in this video. So replay the video, go back and follow the steps on that previous slide, and then go to my website and claim your free gift. Okay. All right. Now, going on to the charts. Now, chart reading is what you'll need to understand and grasp as a trader. Real traders will read the chart, mark up the chart, and try to predict where the market's going. Okay, because we're trading the financial market, right? We're trading that the market is going to go higher, so we'll put in a buy order for when the market goes up. We'll also be trading the market when it goes down. Okay, so there's two ways to make money. There's making money placing a buy order. There's making money placing a sell order. You're like, but do I own anything? No, you're not owning anything. What you're doing is predicting where the market's going to go next. And because you predicted according to a strategy, you'll profit from that prediction. Now, does the prediction normally go into your favor? Yes and no. I say yes and no is because the market will change at a drop of a dime. Okay, and if you don't set a stop loss, okay, that could literally blow your account if if the market goes against your prediction. Now, we'll be going over what a stop loss is and all that good stuff in the Academy. So make sure you are a student of the Academy, that you truly understand what I meant by that. Okay, so reading the chart is really important. That's what you're going to learn from me. I'll be giving you my playbook, my trading strategy, and then you can tweak it to your best ability. Okay, absolutely free. I'll be giving you my playbook on that. And but reading this, you'll find out, well, all these lines, what do these candles mean? Okay, I mean, what's going on here? It looks like a foreign language, right? It looks like hieroglyphics, right? Like those old guys going back in those old caves and they see writings on the wall. They're like, what in the world were they trying to say? And then you have to try to decipher what they're trying to say, right? And that's exactly what you'll be doing with the market. But the market gives clues, okay? The candle tells you a story. And once you read the Candlestick Bible book, you'll understand what I mean by that, okay? Because everything requires you to understand what's happening, right? And that book is going to help you. So here, I went ahead and marked up my chart for next week, right? This is what I'm looking at, and I'm trying to predict whether the market's going to go up, continue to go up, or predict the market's going to go down. Because you always want to trade with the trend, if you understand what I'm saying. Trading with the trend, if you see this black line here, it's sloping upwards, which means the market is trading upwards, right? Because it made some highs, some lows, a higher high, higher low. This low is bigger than this low, and it continued to make this pattern, right? So you got your higher highs, higher lows. So if you take it from the bottom to the top, you have yourself an uptrend, right? This is called an uptrend, right? Now, you want to buy when the market retraces or pulls back or tries to attempt to hit the trend line, right? So this is where you buy low and you sell high. So when the market makes a higher high, you want to try to get out of the market and grab your bag, grab your profits, okay? So looking at this market, they had a couple opportunities to get in the market and to exit the market, okay? Some people, depending on your trading style, you could be a scalper, meaning you're in and out. You're not holding into the trade. You're in it for a few minutes and you're out. You could be an intraday trader, okay? You're holding it for a couple of hours and you're out. You could be a day trader. You hold it for a day. You could be a swing trader. Hold it for weeks on or days on end. So you have to decide what kind of trader you want to be. If you are a full-time employer or employee, for that matter, you might want to consider being a long-term trader, okay? Because you don't have time to really look at the charts. You want to get in and then get out at another point in time based on what you see in the market, right? But if you're a full-time trader like myself, I'm a scalper. I'm in and out on a regular basis, constantly looking at the charts, looking for opportunities to enter and exit because I'm actually watching the chart. I'm actually watching the market happen live when it's open. But some of you, will be part-time traders. Some of you will be full-time traders. Some of you will be, intermediate traders. You have to decide what kind of trader you're going to be. You're going to set a schedule when you're going to trade, how many hours you're going to trade, and you're going to set, you take profits, your stop losses, things of that nature. And if you don't understand what I'm saying there, again, join the academy. I'll be using a lot of terms that you'll learn in the academy and from me going forward. And if you have questions, you can always jot your questions down, reach out to me and say, what did you mean by that? And I can break it down to you during my one-on-one sessions with you. You get 3 one-on-one sessions, absolutely no cost when you join the academy. Okay. Now, so basically I marked up the chart, okay, and this is at the if we start at the daily, this is what you normally see. I'm going to erase everything and then create it again so that way you understand what I'm talking about. So let's do that now. Let me go ahead and erase everything. I already made a copy of it so I know exactly what's going on. Okay, so we start with the daily chart, right? This is the daily chart. This chart is on tradingview.com. They're having a sweet special right now. If you go to my website, you can go ahead and claim this particular charting platform. Now, you sign up for free. You could become a paid member of the charting platform, which I would recommend because it won't have any ads, annoying ads on the bottom right that'll pop up every 5 seconds. You don't need that. But if you're on a budget, grab the free one until you get popular. All right, now this is the daily chart, right? Every one of these candles happen within a 24-hour period, so we call it daily chart. Now, in the daily chart, what we want to take a look at is the overall scope of the market, right? The overall scope of the market. We'll notice that the market came from down here and trended higher, right? So all this right here, if we take our trend line, and this is what I want you to do. You will start from the bottom. You stretch your trend line all the way to the top, right? And you try to make the bottom candles, which are wicks, okay? These long lines that you see here are wicks. So you try to stretch that line to 1, 2, two or three hits on that line, right? Which makes this an uptrend, right? This is all an uptrend, all right? So this is an uptrend. But then what you see here, when you couldn't make any higher highs, right? And it went beyond the trend line, something's happening, all right? Something's happening. Now it did make one more higher high right here, right? So when it makes another higher high like this, instead of having it like this, because there's a continuation happening, because it made a higher high here, you're going to want to make it like this. Okay, so now you have this candle in its wick touching the line, because you want the line to be under the higher highs, right? You want to make that line under the higher highs. But we noticed that it couldn't make any more higher highs, right? It stopped right there. So that is called your resistance line. Alright, so we're going to put a resistance line right there, which means that's the ceiling. Resistance means the ceiling. The market couldn't push up anymore, so it stopped right there. And then it started to pull back a little bit. As you can see, it started to pull back with that wick. Okay, because you'll understand market and close, wicks, things of that nature. Okay, full body candle. Okay, you'll understand what these candles are. There's different candles that have different names. Okay, like a bearish engulfing candle, like a bullish engulfing candle, like a shooting star, like a hangman. Every one of these candles have names that will predict the direction of where the market's going. Okay, now there's also doji candles, so you'll learn that. Trust me, I had to learn it. You could learn it. You'll learn that by reading the Candlestick Bible book. All right, so as you can see, the market decided that it couldn't go any higher, so it started to pull back a little bit. Right now, it's below this line right here. Right, which, if you look at that line, anything that violates this line and goes beyond the line is telling you that the market structure, which is a market structure, was an uptrend. That the structure of the market is changing. Okay, whenever the market does one of these numbers, that means the market is changing, and it's doing the reversal of an uptrend. It's actually it's now reversing to a downtrend. So we're going to take the trend line again, and we're going to stretch this out, okay, to right here. Okay, so now you could keep this line here or take it off. It's up to you. But I would keep it because we know the market is, the high was up here. But we see the market trending lower now, because now it's making lower lows. Okay, lower lows. And you could take this particular tool and you can map it out, right? You made a low, then a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. As you can see, the market right there, see how it went above and crossed over to come back, to touch the line, and now trending up. So what is that telling you? That at one point the market was trending lower, okay, but now the market has reversed, right? Couldn't make any lower lows, and this was you can put a line at the bottom of this and say this is the support line. At this particular point, the market didn't go any lower, so I'm going to go ahead and put a line there that's telling me this is the support line. Because every time the market came to this point, okay, right, first time the market came to this point, it didn't go beyond that, and then it didn't create another lower low. Okay, so which means we will be anticipating the market to trend back up, because the candles that you see here are now looking like they're higher than the candles that's right here. Okay, so knowing that, we could be looking at another market structure shift. Okay, because here was an uptrend, now this was a downtrend, but then the market decided that, you know what, I don't want to go down anymore, I want to continue to make my journey higher. Alright, so you gotta keep that in mind. Really important. Alright, now that we've done that, right, we need to look at the last candle that closed on Friday. And then this candle, what I want you to do is mark the high of the candle and the lower of the candle. Mark the high of the candle and the lower of the candle. Okay, because come next week, if any one of these candles breaches this line, okay, whether it's going up are going down, if any one of the candles on Monday, change or breaks this line, you'll have your direction of where the market's going. Okay, you'll have your direction. All right, because right now, this particular candle is somewhat what we call a doji candle. Okay, it's really indecisive. It hasn't decided whether it wants to go up or whether it wants to go down. So that's why you have a little body and two long wicks on both sides. So in this particular candle, the sellers and the buyers are fighting each other like a seesaw, and they're just trying to determine who's going to take over. Are the buyers going to take over and push it up, or the sellers going to take it over and push it down? It's very indecisive, that candle. Okay, so that's a very indecisive candle. We have to pay attention to the candle. So we're going to market the high of the candle and the low of the candle. And now we're going to go to the lower time frames, because now we need to understand what may happen. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. It may trend lower, it may trend higher, but we want to mark up the last candle. And now we're going to go down to the 4-hour candle. So in the 4-hour candle, since we have our mark, right, and we want to make sure it says Friday, so we're going to keep pushing this till Friday, until it says Friday. See, it says Thursday, so now it says Friday, right? Friday, 1 a.m. So Friday. So what's going on here? We see a pullback, a little pullback, 1, 2, 3, 4 candles pulling back towards, going down. So we want to understand the structure here. We're like, what exactly is going on, right here? Okay, because when the market does a pullback, it normally goes back to fill a fair value gap. A fair value gap is 3 candles, right? The first, second, third candle. The first and the third candle are not touching with its wicks, separated by the middle candle. So we need to find where that candle is on the 4-hour chart. So if we see 3 consecutive candles, and there's a middle candle that's separating the first and the third candle, and the wicks are not touching, we call that a fair value gap. So let's look left and see if we can find ourselves a fair value gap. Alright, so we look over here, and we say to ourselves, okay, there's 1, 2, 3 candles here, 1, 2, 3 candles here. So in actuality, is this wick touching that wick? Let's take a close up. Is this wick touching that wick? No. So here's our first fair value gap. So we're going to mark it up and stretch it out. That's our first fair value gap. The market went up, came down, filled the fair value gap, went up, came down, filled the fair value gap again, and continued to go down, right? So that wouldn't be a good valid place to take a trade to go up, because the market broke through that fair value gap. So what is it doing? It's trying to seek another fair value gap, because we could see another one right here. 1, 2, 3 candles. This candle separating this wick from not touching. So we're going to put another marker here. Okay, so this is kind of making sense now, right? This is a fair value gap. The market was going up, then came down, touched this fair value gap and went up. That would have been a good trade, right? But then it continued its journey to go down. It went up a little bit and continued its journey to go down. And what did this wick do? It went in and filled that fair value gap with the wick, the tail of the market, this down wick right here. But this candle is a hammer candle, right? So we need to fill that wick. Now, it started to push back up and closed up here, right? But then this candle was a very next 4-hour candle before the market closed. Okay, so this is where we are in the market. So the market's either gonna try to touch this or head higher. So we don't know. But what I'm saying is, once you have these lines violated, which we set them on the daily, if the market breaks this line, it needs to come back, right? There'll be another fair value back that the market needs to come back to. They'll create it before it gets past this line. So once it creates another fair value gap, you'll take your trade and you'll go up like that. Because now the market wants to continue to go up. All right, but you always got to pay attention to what the market's telling you through the candles. Okay, so that's one option. The second option, the market may come down, go through this line here, and while it does that, it'll create another fair value gap somewhere in here, and then it'll go and touch that fair value gap and then trend lower. So those are your two options. Okay, so the third option, of course, is called a consolidated option, where the market just stays in this area and goes left or right. It just trades within this area. Therefore, there's no opportunity to take a trade. So you would sit it out, sit on your hands, and do nothing. So what you need to wait for is the market to break one of these lines. You can set an alert to alert you by clicking the alert button, and you set your alert saying, okay, if the market goes above this line, which is 1.16715, alert me. If the market goes below this line, which is 1.16281, alert me. And we're trading Euro USD. Okay, this market opens at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check your time, because that's the London Open. Okay, that's when the market opens in the European nations. All right, so that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're looking at. So there's no trade until we know that there's something that, until the market breaks one of these lines. Now, what happened on Monday? We don't know. What happened on Tuesday? We don't know. What happened on Wednesday? We don't know. As far as we know, it could just stay within this area and do nothing. But what we're looking for is a break one of these lines. Okay. Then it goes back and touches the fair value back and trends below the line. That's what we're looking for. Or it goes up, comes back and touches another fair value gap, and trends higher. So those are your two options. Okay. So we can go down to the lower time frames, and we'll notice that the market's staying within this area, which is a sideways consolidated area. So the market's not doing anything. And when that happens, you can mark it up, right? And say, okay, the market is trending sideways. It's in a consolidated area. So we're not going to take a trade until the market gives us a confluence. A confluence is a direction. Okay, usually needs one or two or three confluences that you could use as a directional wave movement tool, if you will. Okay, so it's just trading sideways, and you'll notice that it stays within this if you go to the lower time frames, 15 minute, 10 minute, 5 minute. So I wouldn't be placing a trade in that area because it's very indecisive. It doesn't know what it wants to do. So that's a rule of thumb. So whenever you see a sideways move, put a box around it and wait for a breakout of the box. Okay, wait. Okay, so that's a really good tip to understand, that you don't want to place a trade within there, because trust me, it'll go up and down. You won't know what to do. It's like you'll either lose money or it'll confuse the whole situation. So stay away from consolidated markets. Okay, so that's what we're waiting for. Okay, but the picture you saw earlier when I first started this particular charting program, or tutorial I should say, is this. I'm going to erase everything so you guys have an understanding of what I'm talking about here. Okay, hopefully. If not, again, join the academy, then reach out to me so I can mentor you on what I just taught you. Now I'm going to erase everything. Another thing I want you guys to do, okay, is go to the hourly chart. Okay, this is your hourly chart, right? Now I want you to separate the chart based on last week, based on days. So take this tool, vertical line, and we're going to go backwards. We're going to start with Friday. So we know this is Friday. And then we're going to mark Thursday at midnight. Thursday. Okay. This is Friday, 12 a.m. So we're going to go backwards. Every 12 a.m. we're going to put this line, which is what we call a day separator. Okay. So I'm going to put multiple lines by clicking this tool, keep drawing, and we're going to keep going backwards to 12 a.m. 2 p.m. Okay, so that's 12. Okay, now we're going to go to Wednesday. Alright, 12. Okay, and then we're going to Thursday. Alright, you did it all the way over here. Okay. 12 a.m. So we're going to always look for 12 a.m. 4, 6. Back. Okay, now Tuesday. Monday. Alright, so these are your day separators. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so the markets close at 4 p.m. on Friday. Okay, so we're going to take that line off. Okay. So we got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and this is Friday, right? Alright, so I want you to take a look to see what you see on a daily basis. Okay. On Monday, the market shot up, they pulled back. On Tuesday, the market went sideways, pulled down, and shot up. On Wednesday, the market went sideways, consolidated, and pulled up, pull back, pull up, pull back. And then on Friday, Thursday, the market pulled up, consolidated a little bit, pulled down, consolidated, and pulled up. Alright, so I want you to take this particular tool, which is your path tool. You can find the path tool on the panel here, path tool, make it one of your favorites. Okay. I'm going to, this pattern, train our eye to see what we see based on what the market's doing, right? Let's make a pattern. You dip when you see a black candle. Okay. You can pull up when you see a white candle. So it's not going to be perfect. Okay, sideways. Okay, so I want you to draw this out so you guys understand the patterns of the market. Okay, because the market does these different patterns. You gotta try to decipher what the market's doing in these patterns, right? So train your eye to do that. Okay, now as you can see, the market was down here and then it's up here. So this whole area, this whole time, the market, if you take a trend line, go from the bottom, pull it all the way up to the top. You have these two candles here. Make the bottom of the trend line touch it. Stretch it out a little bit. You see these two wicks, they're touching the line, right? Starting from here. Okay, so those two wicks, and we'll make it bigger so you can see it. Those two wicks touched the line, bounced off the line, and trended higher, right? So all this was an uptrend. That's how we find uptrends, right? All this was an uptrend. Because this high is higher than this high. This low is higher than this low. And then it came back and touched the trend line, bounced off, and started trending higher. So therefore now this high is higher than this high. Take my tool here. So this high is higher than this high. This low is higher than this low and this low. Okay, so this high is now higher than this high. Right? So that's all a trend. It's an uptrend. Okay, but look what happened here. Okay, so if you were trading this market starting on Monday, right? You probably would not take a trade on Monday, okay? But you would take a trade on Tuesday, because based on your line, if it bounces off your line, you probably would want to enter the trade right there, right? Here. Right? But let's go to that day and see what we see. This is why the Bible book is really important to understand and read more than once. Because on Tuesday, you see this candle right here? This candle right here is called a bullish engulfing candle. This candle is bigger than the previous candle. Okay? So whenever you see a bullish engulfing candle, it's a good opportunity that the next couple of candles, it's telling you the direction that it's bullish, meaning bulls go higher, bulls go up, bulls are charging forward. So it's a good opportunity to enter the market when you see a bullish engulf. Not just one bullish engulf, you gotta have other confluences. But this would be a good indication to let you know, hey, you could have entered the market and profited off of this bull run right there. Okay, because that's a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, so if you were a swing trader, right, you would have held this trade for all of Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, if you had set your stop loss below your trend line, this is where your stop loss would be. If you would have placed your stop loss there, you could have still been in the trade because it never really came back to hit your stop loss. Okay, but rule of thumb is to have a trade when placed. This would be a long trade. Let's say you entered here. You want to do at least a one-to-one. Okay, one-to-one. You're in and you're out. You do one-to-one. Right there. And you would have made a profit because it went past your take profit area. This would be a one-to-one. Well, this is what your trade line would be, and this would be the one-to-one. Okay, that's your one-to-one. And that would have been the same day trade. That would have been a one-to-one on Tuesday. Okay, a couple of hours, you got in the trade, you waited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, and you would have been profited. That's called a day trader. You're in for the day, 5 hours. Okay. Now, some of you say, well, I would have held it longer. Well, let's see how much you would have earned if you would have took a 1 to 3. So 1 to 3 is every, let's say $100. You invested $100 to place a trade. You would have made $300 if it hit the 3, or 1 to 3, right? You would have made $300. But you would have had to wait, right? This is Tuesday, Wednesday. It hit your take profit, which is the top of this area here. Okay. That's why you set a stop loss and you set a take profit above. This is a 1 to 3. And this is what we're talking about when we set ratios. When placing our trades, you always want to know, when you get in, when you get out, and when you exit. So your exit is your stop loss. Your entry is where this area is right here. And your take profit is your ratio. Whether it's a 1 to 2, 1 to 1, or 1 to 3. Okay, you want to stay within those ratios. Okay? Alright, so that's your second lesson. That's what I do when I place trades as well. So this is based on marking out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? So if we look at Friday, okay, we could start planning our day. This is how you prepare your next week. You're planning for your next week, so you're going to take these lines again and mark them out. Vertical line. Now we're going to go to midnight, 12 a.m. Alright, so that's Monday. I'm going to do Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. And we close on Friday here. Alright. So, remember I said we looked at the last candle on the daily chart. We looked at the last candle. What do you see? Take that line. On the last candle, we see it hanging, hangman. We see it hanging from the trend line, below the trend line as well. So but remember, we put these two lines on top, right? And what I said, we have to wait for the market to trend either above the line or below the line to give you a market direction. Okay? So we could make all kinds of predictions because the market does not go in a straight line like this. It never does. It'll either go like this, and you want to chart out each day based on what the market's doing. This is just hypothetical. It could do anything like this. Right? And that's, market never goes in a straight line, so I could do one of those numbers here. But once you know the direction of the market, you want to plot out your strategy based on a daily basis. Okay, that's another approach. Alright? Now the market's going to open up Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can monitor it. Okay? Do not take a trade until you know what direction the market's going to go. Alright, and open up a demo account. You'll find a couple of trading, what are you calling it? Sorry. You'll find a couple of demo accounts that you can open up on my website. Okay, a couple of different brokers that I put on my website, and they'll allow you to create a free demo account, which is paper money. You can trade that money with them to practice with. Okay, now, so I'm going to end everything there because I want you guys to practice what I just shared with you on this particular video. You're going to mark up your days. You're going to mark up your charts. You're going to rewatch the video, take notes, you jot down your questions and get back to me to let me know what your questions are. Because mine was color coordinated based on the days. Okay, I had put color in it. I said Monday. This is Monday. I just put color in, and, just remind me what days it is, color coordinate them. But yeah, this trend line is really, really important. Okay, because whenever the market breaks either above or below a trend line, typically you know where the market's going. Okay, so practice that. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this video. If you have any questions or concerns, you can put them in the comments area. You can reach out to me via email. Join the academy. That way we can start your training. Your journey starts with you joining the academy. I'm going to show you exactly how to join the academy. Let's go back to, let me just type in my website address here. My referral link is akashx.com/metrofx. So I'm going to paste it here so you guys go exactly to the site. Okay. You'll be joining me in the academy. And if you don't see metrofx, then you're not joining me, you're joining somebody else. This is a referral program where I will be compensated by you joining the academy, full disclosure. And you'll also have an opportunity to, encourage others, your friends, to become part of the academy as well, and you'll reap the rewards of them signing up. Now, if you were to sign up 3 of your colleagues into the academy, your membership will be absolutely no cost. So it's 3 and it's free. So get encouraged and invite 3 of your friends to team up with you and join the academy. That way, all 4 of you, are learning how to trade, and you can bounce ideas, strategies, things of that nature. Build your own community with 3 of your friends. All right, so you'll be landing on this site, and then you're going to click on Get Started. All right, now you can read everything on the site, do your due diligence, of course, but you're going to choose your membership package. You can do a monthly package, 3 months membership package, 6 months, or annual. That's up to you. Get in where you can fit in. Now, when you become a member, you'll have access to not only the academy, but Tap to Trade, where they'll send you alerts to let you know, what trades that the traders inside the academy are pushing out alerts, right, to let you know, hey, this is what we're looking at. If you want to take this trade, they'll push that alert to your smartphone. Okay, so, and then the Tap to Trade is basically, they've decided on a trade. You'll log into their app and you'll tap a button to take the trade that they have analyzed and felt that as a good trade for their students to take. That's good for a busy professional who doesn't have time to take a look at the charts. But you tap it, and then it automatically executes the trade within your brokerage platform. They don't manage your money. They don't place a trade for you. You place that trade, and you just send that alert to your smartphone. You tap it, and then it takes a trade inside of your brokerage account. Okay, and then it sets the stop loss, and it sets the take profits for you automatically. It's an awesome technology that they have. It's called Tap to Trade. You'll also attend Oracle live sessions where they have traders, trainers, teachers who do live trades. You'll have access to watch those trades. You'll also get pulse signals. Another way of, they'll send you an alert, and you take a look at it and see if it's a good trade that you want to take within your platform. Okay, and you'll also get access to Crypto Academy. So if you ever want to get into trading, cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, altcoins, Ethereum, you'll have access to that. Okay, my battery's running low. Let me get my charger. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so basically, this is all the stuff you get access to as a member of the Academy. You'll also get access to some scanners that'll help you analyze the charts a lot better. You'll also get access to a journal where you can actually log in your activity. It's always good to have a journal. You get real-time analytics, and you actually get a Sage AI assistant, just like ChatGPT, but this is a live assistant. Well, you can ask it questions and it'll spit out answers and so forth. It could help you create a trading plan as well. So I've tried it out. It's a phenomenal tool. It can analyze what you've put in your trade journal. You could copy and paste questions, put it in the AI assistant, and it'll help you sharpen your skills with regards to AI. So this is one option. Okay, the other option, you can Also sign up with Trade and Travel. As you become successful and you want to do some traveling with the money you make through trading, right? I mean, there's no guarantees, but you'll have access to a trading platform as well. You can read the details on that. You get discounts on travel, discounts on hotels, rentals, things of that nature. So if that's what you want to do, you get this membership. All right. So basically, these are the two options. Okay. Get in where you fit in, and then you'll log into the back office, and you'll have access to trading, live sessions, academy, tools, lifestyles, things of that nature. So, yeah, that's what I want to show you on that. Then, after you've done that, go back to the slide. Go back to this slide. You're going to join my communities. You're going to join the Telegram community. You can join my Facebook community. Announce yourself. Let me know that you're there. And then I'll send you an invite to attend the live bootcamp training. I'll give you the times and the days, and you just click the link, attend the session, and you'll have access to me. You'll have access to asking questions, things of that nature, meeting other community members, and and then we get together to schedule your one-on-ones. Okay, help you get everything set up, and then you'll send me an email, subject line, mentorship, and don't forget to claim your free gift as well. So yeah, one foot in front of the other. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and start your journey. If you have big dreams, okay, let's set some goals to help you achieve your dreams. Because every one of these pictures you see here could be a tangible dream or intangible dream, like giving to a charity, giving to your church, things of that nature. If it's intangible, you need to know what that number is as well. Put a dollar figure in every one of your dreams. Get a picture of your dream, put it on your dream board or notebook. Set goals, and we'll define what those goals are once you become a member. And check off every task within the goals to help you get what you want out of life. Okay? So, if this is something that you want to do, I encourage you to take action today. Today's the best day to start your journey towards becoming a successful trader. Okay, I know New Year's is right around the corner, and everybody's like, let's go ahead and set those New Year's resolutions. So I ask you, what are your New Year's resolutions? Okay, is it to lose weight? Is it to buy a new car? Is it to buy a house? Is it to buy a boat? Is it to travel more? Is it to spend time with your loved one? Is it to, fire your boss? Is it to retire your spouse? Is it to provide a comfortable retirement for your grandparents, your parents? Whatever your goal is, it's important that you set the appropriate goals to help you achieve those. And this is where I come in. My background, financial advisor, stockbroker. Now I'm a full-time trader. Okay, I know what I'm doing. I have extensive experience. I was a stockbroker. I passed the Series 7 exam when I was 19 years of age. Okay, became a financial advisor, an insurance agent, a health agent. That was my career. I retired from the insurance industry. 15 years working in the insurance industry, and now I trade full time. Okay, so I know a thing or two to help you. Oh, that almost rhymes. Anyway, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Share it with your colleagues. Say, hey, watch this. Let's join this community. Let's build together as a team. Let's learn this skill set. Because like I said, once you learn this skill set, you'll be able to feed yourself for a lifetime. And then you go forth and teach it to others and teach them the same exact thing so they can feed themselves for a lifetime. Okay, that's what the Academy is all about. That's why you invite 3 people to become part of the Academy. Your membership is absolutely no charge. Because we're all about helping people become successful. There's a handsome compensation plan within the Academy that you'll be rewarded to use towards your trading to help you get your dreams. So that's one avenue in itself. Outside of learning how to trade, You're promoting an academy that's going to pay you to promote the academy. It's a win-win. All right, and I'll be doing some training on how to promote the academy. Okay, I have a whole marketing plan regarding inviting others to be part of the academy, and I'll be teaching you guys that on this channel, so look out for that. And let's just work together, build a solid friendship along the way, and travel the world together at the same time. All right, with that being said, thanks for watching. You guys have a phenomenal weekend. If you're trading, let's have a successful trading week next week. If you brand new and you want to get started, just follow the steps in this video, join the academy, then reach out to me, and then we'll set up your one-on-ones to get you up and running, so that way you're on the path to acquiring your dreams. All right, with that being said, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye for now.